Welcome back to the Encore Audio YouTube channel. I'm Taper Dave, and this is my channel. My first group that I ever recorded was Underearners Anonymous. A friend of mine, Frank Brigiotti, who's on my channel, he passed away some time ago. He had some kind of cancer, but Frank was a great guy. He wanted to try to change my name from Taper Dave to Digital Dave. I've still got the shirt, the South Bay Roundup shirt, in my closet that he had embroidered Digital Dave. But he asked me if I wouldn't mind recording this group, Underearners Anonymous, and I said, sure, I'll record anything anonymous. So here you go. Enjoy, comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe, whatever you do. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. That helps me out a lot. Doesn't cost you a thing. Just click on the like button. You have a good day if you want to. Take care. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. That helps me out a lot. Doesn't cost you a thing. Just click on the like button. You have a good day if you want to. Take care.
Okay, I hope everyone has had a good sessions, good morning so far. I don't know, just a quick show of hands, how many people heard my spiel yesterday? And who didn't? Okay, who liked it? There you go, all right. Who wasn't here and liked it? Yay! Underearners are easy. Okay, so everyone has the game playing field, and what I'm going to talk about, we're going to go over action groups next, okay? So let's not talk or have questions about action groups, but basically the way it works is you have other people that you work with on things, okay? And I do action groups monthly, and one of the things that I work with my action group on are my goals. So what I want to do is lead you through today on what that process looks like. And, you know, it's not so much different than what, Greg talked about yesterday, but we're going to do it. And, you know, hopefully you'll have some goals to bring to your action group. So this all came about, is it an hour that I have, Eddie? Yeah. Okay. This all came about from actually a motivational speaker that I heard from Los Angeles, and basically his thought was that to really reach your goals you need to have accountability partners. And I said, accountability partners? That's got at least the first three letters of an action partner, and that's really what it is. So I'm thinking, did we steal it from them? Did he steal it from us? You know, it all starts sounding similar, right? And what the whole theory is that you have goals that you're turning over, I believe, you don't have to, but I believe, to actually your higher power. And the action partners are just there to witness it, okay? And sometimes your higher power will speak through them, but it's really between you and your higher power. So ideally, you've done a vision statement / statement of desire, and now what we're going to focus in on is a really strong, specific goal-setting process. So I like to talk about SMART goals, and for your note takers, S is for specific. So something like, improve my earning, no good. Okay? Specifics. Remember, I'm a big guy on numbers and dates. So improve my earnings by $5,000 a quarter by the end of third quarter, 9/30/2011. That would be a specific goal. Measurable. So, as you're going along and one of your accountability partners says, hey, how you doing on getting that $5,000 next quarter? You can tell them. I got $2,000 toward it, and I got 2 more months to go. Okay, attainable. Look, it's really nice to want, $1 billion yacht, and you can put that goal out there. But you're going to run into trouble with your accountability partners. Okay? So we want, and if it, say, nobody pick her for the accountability part. So, attainable, realistic. Again, $1 billion yacht. Let's go for, a $20,000, a share in a $20,000 yacht first. The $1 billion yacht's your third or fourth boat, okay? So specific, measurable, attainable, realistic. And what do you think the T is? Time constraint. Excellent. People are listening. So it's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time constraint. So, just to back up a minute, remember we did the statement of desire, vision statement, and one of the things that you guys didn't see in mine, but you did see in Greg's actually, was he had different areas, and we did that kind of, what areas would you like to improve, and I think he had, you had 6 categories, did you not? 6 categories for Greg. So if you got the game playing field, look what you got. Very similar, right? So what I want everybody to do, this is high level, and I'm going to lead you through the rating process, okay? It's very, very subjective. So do you compare to where you want to be? Do you compare where you were 5 years ago or 2 years ago? I don't care. It's you. If you're walking down the street and a stranger comes up to you and says, hey, how's your spiritual life on a scale of 1 to 10? And you just say, 3. You make it up. That's what I want there. I don't want you to compare it to what it was yesterday or, should we all do it the same way? No, it's for you. You just give me a number, okay? And do it really fast, too. I don't want to, not too much thinking, right? So body and health, boom, 9. That's me. I'm doing pretty good there. I've been working out a lot because I've been unemployed. That's great for getting your body in health and shape. The blessings of under-earning.
Are we doing this now?
Do it now. Yep. It should take you, I'm going to give you guys 4 minutes to do it. Because there's not a lot of thinking. Just, it's really more important to compare where you think you are, again, subjectively. So, I'm feeling good about what I do on body and health, but I'm over here at Underearners Anonymous because my money and career's in the dumper.
Tools and technology, is that tools of UA?
You can do whatever you want, yeah. If you are someone like me and you use a lot of software and your phone doesn't work and you can't figure out the software you're supposed to be using, that's fine. If you're a truck driver and your truck is in great shape and that's your technology, then you got a 9 there. Whatever it is.
What's community?
Community, again, that's something that you can just do on your own. I mean, personally, what my community is 12-step, and I also, I'm involved in church activities. Not to be confused with charities. Charities is a separate one here. So community, however it could be your friends, your family, the people that at your summer place, whatever that is, the people on your $1 billion yacht, whatever it is. Exactly. I'm also a card-carrying member of Clutterers Anonymous. So, yeah, that's what I do. How's my workspace? How's my apartment? But, for a lot of people, environment, an organization could be, something else. It could be their yard work. It could be their house.
It's not the world.
Pardon me?
The world?
Could be the world. That might be community, though. But it doesn't matter. You could do however you like to define it. That's what you do, and that's a great way to do it.
So what's charities then if it's not what you said before?
Charities tend to be organizations which help other people.
It's now a 12-step then?
Sure.
You said you had that other community.
That's just me. I do charitable work, and I do, 12-step work. So it's up to you. You define it however you like. It's not really important to me how you do it. It's still going to work. It's going to be one of those things, where you add 5 and you subtract 3 and multiply by 2 and everyone gets the same number. It's going to miraculously work without a definition. Okay. If you're not, what did Jerry say? He used to say, if you're not done yet, get done or something. So you have 1 minute. Everyone done? Anyone still need more time? You need more time? Keep going.
I'm still in the environment organization and down.
You're stuck?
No,
You got it? Keep going. You're doing good. You're right on schedule.
What are they again?
Environment organization would be things like how you feel about your workspace, your home, the environment, whether or not you organize these things appropriately, if you're a clutterer, if you're not a clutterer.
Our environment.
Your environment. Okay, so those of you who have completed the exercise, I want you to think about the 3 aspects of your life, that would be the 3, ones of these, that you would like to focus on today. And it may be those that are rated the lowest, but it may not be. You may be sitting here going, well, I'm already doing other things for my mind and peace, and even though that's really not good, I'm going to, look at work or career or something today. Doesn't matter. It's up to you. You pick 3, and then circle the rating of those 3, and circle the aspect as well. So all of you should be able to say, I'm going to do this now real quick.
What do you want us to circle?
3.
3. Lowest or highest?
Doesn't matter. It's up to you. It might be the lowest, it might be the highest, it might be the question was, does it need to be the lowest? And the answer is it does not need to be the lowest. Okay, so your sheet should look like this. See how quickly I did that? I know you can't see that.
Can I ask a question?
Quick question.
Could you just recap what we've done up to this point, real quick, for some
Yes.
of us who didn't hear?
So you just rank on a scale of 1 to 10 each of these aspects of your life. I've picked, for example, I've got relationships at 3, and I've circled the aspect, and I've circled the 3, the check on the 3. And I picked mind and peace as 2, and charities I ranked as a 3. Now you may ask yourself, in Underearners Anonymous, why has this guy got these things, as the aspects he needs to improve? Well, guess what? I'm earning at a high level. But other things are going crazy now, right? So that's where I'm at. Okay, so we all good with that? Everyone got that done? Okay, so now what we need to do is look at those aspects and come up with goals. Now you probably got some goals from yesterday, right?
Yes.
So it's the same kind of thing. So I want people to write, you can use Greg's goals if you want, whatever you got from Greg's work. Put those goals down. Oh, Eddie, have we passed out this one? Oh, brief moment of getting the second page out. Have there any questions thus far?
I wasn't here for Greg's thing, so what
You just come up with 3 goals.
each of the 3 things.
Pardon me?
3 goals for each of the 3 items?
Doesn't have to be, but it might be. It's kind of suspicious that I picked 3 aspects and I asked for 3 goals, but it doesn't have to be. It does, it absolutely, no, in all seriousness, it doesn't have to be. So that's a really good question, actually, because it might be that all 3 things, are, to help you with your mind and peace. I mean, that may be what's important to you. If anyone has questions, can you come up, because we're taping this? Sorry. Come on. I'll repeat your question, though, if it's an important one. We just got to make sure it goes out to the conference line people. Did we want the goals on this sheet? No, Eddie is giving you another sheet to put the goals on.
What's the tools and technology in the community?
Tools and technologies would be the things that you use for your work. Might be computer related. That was the truck driver example. Whatever it is you use and what you need to do.
After we rank everything, all of these titles, then what do we do? Circle 3 things?
Circle 3 aspects and 3 of the ratings that you'd like to focus on in the next 90 days. Let's put it that way.
Thank you.
Okay. So, what I do is every month I sit down with my action partners. I think they both work. And we do this. And this is how fast we do it, 5 minutes. Yes, ma'am.
It's a little bit more of a general question. Are the goals the same as the vision statement, or they're kind of derived from it?
They're the second. They're kind of derived from it. So once you know what your vision statement is and what your statement of desire is, ideally some goals are coming out of that. So especially if you're coming up with specific numbers and dates, it's real easy to put these goals on there. But the ones in the vision statement or the statement of desire might be longer term. Mm-hmm. Ideally, we want these goals to be in 90 days.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so, and I'm going to explain consequences in 2 seconds. Does everyone have what Eddie was handing out? The goals? Okay. So what I'll do is monthly I will do this, and what I'll do is I'll compare it to where I was a month ago, and we do it really quickly, the 3 of us. And it's really interesting to see that some things get carried over, but sometimes it changes. Yes, ma'am. That one's not working. Sorry. You have to come up to the mic.
Are action partners and action group people the same, or are they usually different?
I don't want to spend too much time talking about action groups and action partners, but in my case, they are the same. They don't have to be. So what we'll talk about here is actually, ideally in the action group where you have a man and a woman, like a pressure relief group, monthly when I'm doing my action group, we just decided during my action group that we would fill this out, and we just look at from a very high level how we're doing. And it's all relative, right? It's kind of like how am I doing in my relationships versus my body and health and things like that. Yes, ma'am.
Mike, some of these things kind of do the domino effect where one relates to the other, or one is contingent on the other. Is it okay to have your action meeting to help you clarify which things are the priority?
Well, yes.
Or must you really come in with the 3?
For this exercise, let's assume that you're just doing this without an action group. Because we're going to talk about action groups next, so I don't really want to get into
Okay,
that.
so you're doing this on your own.
Yeah, just do it on your own for today, yeah. Because I want you guys to see and feel the process. Yes, ma'am.
Hi. So on the thing at the bottom, it says like hobbies, interests, art, and then there's a separate category for work, right?
Yes.
So I'm an actress, and that's my art, but it's like in there with hobbies and interests, but then I have work, and I want to be working as an actress, or is work my like making money job? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of up to you, but in your case, kind of disregard that art. Think of art outside of your vocation. So think of like if you go to an art museum, or if you're like watching performing arts just kind of for fun. That's
right, so
what that
it was like hobbies and recreation.
Yes, recreation.
Recreation.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
How do I make a measurable goal for mind peace?
Well, we're going to talk about goals next. I haven't quite got to that point,
Oh, okay.
but we'll
I
talk
thought
about
you
that.
said write 3 goals down.
You can write 3 goals. I haven't really gotten into that part of the spiel yet. I've been answering questions. But let's go to that. Any more questions about this one? The high level. We're good. Okay, so monthly, I'm looking at this. I'm comparing to what I did the month before, and all 3 of us are kind of doing the same thing. And it's very interesting to see, like, oh, you know, my spiritual, you know, I said last month that I wanted spiritual issues to kind of be a focus. They have been. It's gone well, or maybe it hasn't. And it's all relative, right? So the way you look at this is you say, you know, where am I doing from a high level? Where do I need to kind of start looking at my goals and start, you know, focusing? So that relates back to the game goals. So let's talk about this. And the question was, how do you set up, well, first of all, let me explain how to set up a goal, and then I'll go into, you know, specifically mind and peace. So, you know, I had a goal that I'm working on, and you'll see it's an example there, right? And it was, you know, I want to be a financial advisor, and the first thing you have to do on your own is pass the insurance test. So that was my goal, and I had a date for that to pass it. And my reward was that if I got it done, I would get a new headset for my phone. About a $20 item, but I really suggest that your rewards be something that you have, that you can have and you hold, not that you consume. So it's not $1. I got this from Jerry, remember? Or, you know, but it's something that I have and I hold right here. You know, I got this because I passed the insurance test. So not a meal, not a back rub, for you ladies or guys, pedicures and manicures, you know, something that you can, you know, put right here and say, this is what I got. So rather than the coffee filter, you know, bucket or something like that, or a coffee cup. It doesn't need to be a fantastic reward. It could be, though. But just something that, you know, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get this thing for myself. Now, consequences. This is a new one. This is something that if you don't get it, the goal, that you're going to do. So in my case, it was if I didn't, one of the action partners was getting a $30 gift certificate from the men's store of his choice to buy a new shirt or whatever. And this is really powerful. Yeah, this is really powerful because yeah, now, one Paulie P., I don't think he's on the line, he did a really good one. He said, I'm going to get 3 leads, you know, in the next 90 days for my work. And if I don't get them, I'm giving one of those leads to the person I hate the most in my office. Like, and he did it, too. She was like, oh, my God, I can't believe this guy's doing. He's going to come get mad at me. Gave her a lead. He's hit his numbers, I think, pretty much since then. Can you come up? Can you come up to the mic?
I bet everybody likes to be your action partner.
Yes. No, because I reach my goals, right? They get nothing. So the way the goals work is that every week we have a goal call. So the same 3 people that have done this, what we do is we get on a call, and we do ours on. You know, you could do it in person, but we happen to do it on the telephone. We do it at 10 o'clock at night. There's some issues on that one sometimes, and we just read down the goals. You know, what have I got going on now? You know, I need to pass the insurance test. You know, I actually have mind and peace as a low rating for Audrey, who asked about that. And one of the things I'm doing that I set up for that was to do meditation every morning. So I set up a goal that I would do 5 times a week. I would do meditations and or listen to a meditation tape. And I actually bought an audiobook this morning with the miracle of iTunes. I was shopping. And you know, and the goal is to do that for 30 days. So it's specific, it's measurable, it's attainable, it's realistic, and it's time constrained. So that's what I'm doing for Mind and Peace.
What's the consequence?
Well, that is getting a pedicure for my action partner. I said to get the reward, it should be something consumable, but in her case, she wanted the pedicure, so that's what she's going to get. But she doesn't look, it's not looking good for her, I have to tell you. It's not looking good at all. So.
What if she doesn't want to pay you off?
No. She's going to the nail salon.
Sorry, does the consequence have to always be with someone else so that it's accountable, or can it be just a consequence to you?
It can be a consequence to you. So maybe it's something that you do for someone else, or that it can be anything. But it's ideally not a reward. It's the opposite of a reward. It's a negative. Yes,
Sorry, I'm going back a little bit to the first thing.
Okay.
I just looked at my categories again, and I'm a little confused, which is not a surprise. But I have, there's one that's like mind and peace, and another one that's spiritual. And I suddenly went like, wait a minute, aren't those the same? I got confused between, so you have a category for mind and peace, and you have a category for spiritual stuff. How's that different?
Well, in your case, it might not be.
Oh.
It's kind of up to you.
Well,
in fact, I want a volunteer to come up here in a minute, and we're gonna try and go through a few of them. So if you want, you can bring yours up and we'll do it. You're an actress; you can sit on the stage. If
Okay. Okay, cool. But when you devised this sheet, though, like you obviously had a distinction.
I didn't devise it. All my stuff is stolen.
Stolen. Oh, that's always good. Thank you.
Plagiarized. No, but it's kind of up to you. If
Okay.
you're in your mind, mind and peace has to do with spirituality, and some people it might
Because
not be.
I chose both, like of my three things, I chose spiritual and then I chose mind and peace. And I looked at it and I was like, wait a minute, I'm choosing these as my two of my three, and then they seem to meld.
Well, in your case, they might be. Another person might say, mind and peace is from, running 10 miles every day.
I see.
And that
Okay.
and that might not be a spiritual event for them. Although in my case, it probably would be spiritual.
Okay. Thank you.
But
Hi, I'm Misty.
Hi, Misty.
How are you? So attainability is my question. Right now, last night, based upon what we did for our vision, I gave a number for a year from now, exactly
Right.
12 months, and I made it 150,000. Now I'm looking at it on a 90-day goal. That would put me at earning $37,000 between now and September. I'm not even working. Is that attainable, or am I crazy?
Okay, so let's back up. So yesterday you said you'd have a job of 160,000 by when?
That I earn that
When?
between now and June 12th, 2012.
So did you say you'd be earning at that rate, or that's how much you would earn between now and next June?
Oh, that's how much I'd earn net between.
Between now and next year?
Yeah.
Okay, so now break it down in the next 90 days.
Yeah.
It might not, personally, if you're going from 0 to 160 for the whole year, it sounds to me like you probably will have not even quarters. You'll probably have, a lower quarter in the first quarter, and then have to escalate.
Well, I mean, I'm just starting this business, so.
Yeah, so it's
am I
probably
just-
definitely going to be
but
lower.
am I going to make myself crazy by trying to go to 37,000? I don't know if that's attainable. Is that my fear, or is that a real, you're a little wacky, you're not going to get there?
I think you're answering your own question. So if it's
Am I? I'm outside my body because I don't know what.
if it's sounding as you go through it and you start writing it down that it's not obtainable, maybe you need to adjust it a little bit.
Okay.
So maybe, if you're not making anything now and your business is starting up. I mean, somebody else has anybody done this where they started a business? People that started businesses. Did you make the same amount of money in the first quarter as you did in the fourth quarter? No. Did you make half of the money? Did you make like hardly any money in the first quarter? Okay, there's your answer. So in the next 90 days, maybe your goal will be something like, I need to make
1,600 the first
Well,
2 months.
There you go, 1,600 your first month. So we're going to do action groups next, and this is a good action partner for you right here. So yeah, it's a ramp up, and you know what? This is really going to be helpful to you because you want to get that 160,000 between now and then, but your action partner's action group is going to say, Misty, your short-term goal is to get everything in place to be able to do that and to ramp up.
Okay.
And to really hit it, you're going to get 160. I bet you that fourth quarter is probably going to be like 70,000. That's how it's going to work.
All right. Thank you.
Good. Okay. Any other questions about the goals? Do people have goals written down? Okay. I'm looking for guinea pigs to come up here and share their goals. And the actress. Where's the actress? Come on up here.
Come on, actresses.
Is there another question, though, before we do that? Do you have a question?
Yeah, kind of. Sorry. I put my consequence of not doing my goal. I have this goal of getting my office decluttered and painted and,
right.
and organized. And I put that my reward would be more income.
Sorry to interrupt your viewing. Taper Dave here. Just wanted to take a second to ask you to like and subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you like what you're listening. I've got some very good talks here, and this one's a great one. Just curious, do you think this is better than Zoom? Tell me what you think.
I know, that's not smart.
No,
and
that
then,
needs to be a specific... No, I want you to... no.
Well, I put one thing as a day at the beach. Like I give myself a day off at the beach.
It's consumable, so I'm not a real fan of that kind of thing, but that's okay. That's okay. So ideally it would be, you buy yourself a picture of the beach or something that you hang on the wall.
Okay.
But
buy yourself a present.
Buy yourself a present would be ideal, but if you haven't been to the beach, and that's a good one, then maybe that's okay.
The thing is, I'm not earning right now, so I'm hard pressed to do that. But I guess I could take myself to the museum.
You could
on
take
the free
yourself.
day.
You could take yourself to the museum
On the free day, do an art thing.
You could do that.
And then
you could buy yourself a postcard while you're at the museum.
Okay, that I could afford. A postcard. Yes. Okay.
Wait, come back. We need your question. Okay, fill it all out.
And then one other thing, when I said the consequence, I said the consequence of not doing it would be an ugly, cluttered, disorganized.
No.
Because that's what it is.
No, that's true. But the consequence is something that you have to do for someone else, or that's kind of like a punishment in a way.
But that is already on punishment.
No, I know it is, but something more realistic, like cook somebody a meal or something like that.
A tangible thing.
You have to up the ante. You already are. That's like keeping it
Yeah.
status quo.
Okay.
We're
so
upping
like
the ante.
do some selfless thing for somebody else.
That's a good one too. Yes. Selfless thing for other people would be a good consequence. Okay, so let's see what we got for the game playing field. What's your name?
Justine. Hi.
Justine is her name.
Yeah.
And let's see what her game playing field looks like. She ranked body and health at 3, money at 2, relationships at 5, spiritual life at 4 with a circle, mind and peace as a 2, tools and technology as a 6, community as a 6, environment organization as a 1, education as a 10. Very nice. Family 5, work 1, not good, charities 2, and hobbies, interest, arts 8. So tell us why you picked spiritual life, mind and peace, and work when actually those aren't your lowest.
Oh, good question. Okay. Hi, I'm Justine. I am a compulsive underearner. Okay.
Hi, Justine.
Okay, so I picked spiritual life because I know that is a core foundation thing that I want to work on, and I don't do it consistently. I don't meditate and pray in a consistent, organized way. It's very haphazard. Mind and peace, I know that when I do things that I enjoy, like by myself, like the things I have written here, it does give me a feeling of expanded peace. And I know that a lot of times I feel crazy and frantic, which is the opposite of peace. So I picked that. And then I picked work because I'm unemployed.
Very good. Let's give her a round of applause. So I just want to reiterate for all of you, this took you about 5 minutes max to do, right? So it takes no time to do it. And, the thought process went really quick in her head that, she just described it. I know that spirituality, you said, was the foundation. This is why I circled it, and as opposed to money, which she has a low number at because you're unemployed, no doubt. And so that's the process. So now, are there any questions on that? Okay, now let's see how you did with your goals. Did you have a goal?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I didn't do the smart version of my goals.
Back to the bin.
I just
work on it. Work on
I
it.
need to work on it.
You need to work.
I'm a bad
Work
volunteer.
on it now. Let's have someone else.
Okay.
Someone else want to go through their game playing? Yeah, go ahead. Do you want to come up here or do you want to do it down there? Either way.
Come up.
Well, you need to go to a microphone for all the friends and family that are out there. And
Okay.
why don't you just read us all the rankings? Actually, you know what? It probably would be better if you came up here so I could see it. Stay here.
Stay here?
Do your goals.
Okay.
Do it this one. This one. Just do it on this.
Oh.
This is Audrey.
Hi, I'm Audrey in recovery.
Hi, Audrey. Let's see what we got. We got body and health 8, money at 5, relationships at 8, spiritual life at 8, mind and peace at 6 with a circle, tools and technology at 8, nothing for community.
Okay.
Let's make it up.
8.
There you go, 8. You know, there's a saying that we use at UA. If it's worth doing imperfectly. Because we're perfectionists. So let's not get caught up in making this perfect, right? It's more important that you get it done. Good work, Audrey. Education, 10.
I just got my doctorate.
Nice.
So I'm done for a while.
Fantastic.
Done for a while.
That is great. Now you got to pay the bills, right?
Well, exactly. That's
Right.
why student loan is the goal here, right here on.
Okay, wait 1 second. Family, 5. Work, 8. Charities, 8. Hobbies and interests, 8. And she circled, you did circle the lowest 3, which were money, mind and peace, and family. So why don't you tell us all why you picked those?
Okay, well, I picked money because now that I got my doctorate, I have a student loan to pay off. So I want to get that done as quick as possible. And I only owe around $6,000 on it, maybe 5. I keep change. I make a payment every 2 weeks, so it changes from week to week. I haven't really paid that close of attention, but I want to get that done as quickly as possible. And then, so that's what I want to do.
Okay.
And then mind and peace, I took is because I have a very active suicidal mind, and I've made a decision not to do it until I'm 80. But whenever
that's a time constraint goal.
Yeah.
I frankly don't know what the reward would be, but.
Well, I'm not going to do it until I'm 80. But the problem is
90
that when
days.
I'm not
We're focusing
feeling
on
well,
90.
but that's the thing. See,
Okay.
when I'm not feeling peaceful, I always go back to, well, I could do it sooner than 80. So I just sort of.
Nope, you said 80. We're holding you to it.
That could be your punishment.
No, 80. We're not negotiable on the time frames.
Well,
We're
the
moving
goal
them
is
up.
I put meditation for goal because I might not think about suicide so much if
Well,
I.
we'll come to your
would
goals
have-
next. Did you write out goals?
Yeah, right here.
Did you write on the worksheet though? Yeah. No, that worksheet is clean. Okay, and tell us about family.
Well, that's the only unresolved issue in my life. So, I mean, I have friends, I have a boyfriend, I have all this other stuff. That's why it's all 8s. But my family doesn't like me very much.
Okay, that's great. So once you write out a goal here, so we got 2 people working on their goal. Anyone else want to come up? Yeah, I do. All right, come on up. The guy's running up for you people. Oh, I don't know if the conference line can hear us, but this guy's running up here. What's your name, sir?
I am Neil.
Okay, Neil's going to tell us as well.
Okay. No, I'll grab another seat.
Yeah,
So, right here.
Let me look. I'm going to read your rankings, though, first. So, rankings, body and health, 9. Money is 2. Relationships, 4. Spiritual life, 6. Mind and peace, 4. Tools and technologies, 5. Community, 6. Environment, 1. Education, 4. Family, 6. Work, 1. Charities, 1. And hobbies and interest, 5. And, you know, just style points, I like to circle them so when I'm looking at this I just see. But once you just at least circle the ranking, the rating.
Oh, okay. Here?
Yeah.
That's 1, right?
Yeah.
2.
That one.
And this one here. Work. Okay.
And Neil did also not pick the 3 lowest, and he's going to tell us why he picked those 3.
Okay, obviously, I picked money as one because I've got this, it's either a misconception or idea that money fixes everything. Okay, that money takes away. That right now, every one of my problems would be solved financially. And I've got information or proof of that to the contrary. My biggest moments of my life spinning out of control were when I had a lot of money. I was 27. All of a sudden, I had $500,000, and I spun off into cocaine and drug addiction. 7 years ago, I was making $40,000 a month cash, no tax, and I wasn't a drug dealer. I was a sober coach. And I spun off and lost my sobriety. So knowing this, I still have it circled, thinking that this is still my problem, that if I got infused with a large chunk of money right now, I'd do the book, I'd do the blog, I'd shoot the trailer for my pilot that we've written. I'd do all the stuff that I'm not doing because I don't have money.
Okay. So that's money. What about?
My environment is, I've lived in the same guest house for 13 years, okay? I lost 2 homes in the Palisades in the 90s, and in my mind, I should be worth $8 million in real estate if I hung on to those homes, and I'm not, so what the fuck, why even have an environment, right? I live in a great guest house. I'm now getting booted out of it because it's being sold. I was offered money to move, very small amount of money. I went and got an attorney. He's got it bumped up, and I should walk away with a nice little nest egg to be able to do something with. Not only relocate, to be able to do something with.
And work?
Work, I'm torn. I stand before you a man who is approaching past middle age, and I've never really worked for it. Money's always found me. Large sums of money have found me, and of course I was an actor, didn't work, quit, became a screenwriter, 3 screenplays, didn't sell. Right now I'm torn with what exactly it is I want to do. Do I want to keep pursuing the screenplay stuff? I've got a little something happening in addiction areas. Like I say, I was a sober coach, but I got loaded, so I don't have good credibility anymore, obviously. I just appeared in an article in Time magazine on another addiction that I have. I was on the Today Show. I got flown to Ireland to do their version of the Tonight Show. I'm very easy on camera. And there's the addiction that I have is, I'll throw it out there, sex addiction. It's big right now. I want to be one of the talking heads. But my recovery in that area is, I would be more like the guy, here's the guy recovering from it. And I've been told by a publicist that she can't work with me until I get a blog and a potential book deal. And after the magazine article broke, I thought all that was going to happen. The guy who interviewed me from Time magazine said, I'm going to put you in touch with my publisher. And my thing is this, and maybe it's good for me to admit this. I always want to be rescued. I always think I'm going to be rescued. Every time I go to meet somebody for a business deal, every time I go to meet anybody with anything, it's going to end up this way. They're just going to discover this talent, and they're just going to pay me vast sums of money for it. And it's happened a couple of times, but.
And I might add that this process works for any number of 12-step programs. So if you're in multiple programs, as our friend Neil here has admitted, well said, you know, this cuts across. Now, how are we doing with the goal?
I have trouble coming up with the consequences.
And Misty, is it?
Justine.
Justine.
I'm still working on it.
Misty already asked a question.
I got the
Well,
the
you don't
book.
have to do all your goals. Let's just do one, and let's help her come up with. Okay, so let's each of you do one, and Neil's got some done. Okay, so let's go back to Justine.
But I
really
didn't,
quick.
I have to do this and
We're-
this.
Okay, then do that.
Audrey. Well, I've got 3 goals and 3 dates and 3 rewards,
let's
but
go.
I don't know how to do a consequence.
So here we are. We're doing our weekly call. We're doing our weekly call, and well, in our case, it's 4 people, and we've prepared our goals, and now we're just going to read them, and we're going to give the dates, and we're going to admit that we don't have a consequence. So just read away.
Okay, so goal number 1 is to pay my student loan by December 31st, and my reward is that I take my boyfriend and myself to the Pantages or the Dorothy Chandler, whichever has the better show. I don't know what a consequence would be, though. I mean, other than flogging myself. I mean, I don't know what.
No flogging allowed. That's a consumable.
I don't know.
Well, let's see. Pay student loan. If you don't have your student loan paid by the end of the year, well, let's see.
Give to charity.
Give what? I should give it. Any money I have should go to the loan.
No, I think. No,
Go help some kid or at one of those.
I think this is a good idea. So even if it is spend a couple of hours, in New York, and I don't know about LA, they probably have something where you go and they tell you about all the different charity opportunities. They might have something like this, but you would go and check out a charity to find out what you might be able to do for them. So that would be your penalty, and that's a great thing to give back to the universe. You have to come up to the mic. Okay, it was charity.
Charity. VolunteerMax.org.
In LA.
Volunteer Max, M-A-X? Oh, Match.
And NYC Cares in New York.
I
Yes,
was
ma'am.
just going to say, why can't she use as a consequence giving $20 or $30 to a church or an organization or something that she does not believe in?
That's a good. Okay, we've got 2 more blank spots on her consequence, so keep going. Mind and peace. Mind and peace.
Okay, so mind and peace, my goal is to meditate 5 days a week, just like you said. And I want to do that by December 31st. And I don't know what the consequence would be, but we can use that one. That's fine.
Okay, give $10 to a church of your dislike. Right.
Scientology.
There you go. Now wait a minute, Neil. No editorializing on the nostrum. Now one thing I want to just ask: your student loan, is that realistic to pay off your student loan?
Yeah, because I've got $5,000. I got a $5,000 tax refund, and I could just use that to pay off my loan, and I haven't touched it because I was trying to figure out the best way to spend it. And based on what Jerry said this morning, what I really should do is just put the whole thing into my operating fund, because I don't have 3 months of a prudent reserve. And I don't even have a spending plan. So, but I know that it costs me a few $1,000s a month to live. So with the income tax refund, I could make it like a 1 or 2 month toward my operating fund.
Okay, so that's a yes. It's possible. It's realistic.
It's possible, and also I just started seeing patients, and I'm up to 7 already. So
That's fantastic.
I don't. It's new business. I haven't done a first quarter yet, so I don't know how much.
So,
but it's
family.
feasible. Well, the letter that I wrote this morning with Greg was that my brothers were going to forgive me, and that their monetary way of showing me that they have forgiven me is that they will share my father's estate with me, because he disinherited me, and when I was a kid, we were all supposed to get a third.
Okay, hang on a minute.
So
there's no goal here, though.
Yeah, the goal is that my brothers give me my share of my father's estate.
Okay,
and stop
so
fucking with me.
Let's ask. Okay, this is an emotionally charged issue for Audrey. Does anyone have any comments on this? What they think? If you do, come up to the microphone. I got 2 minutes. I thought it was 7. Okay.
I have an experience in the estate settling department, and I don't think they're going to give it to you freely, fairly, and it wouldn't be a pleasant experience.
I already know that, and it's been 19 years, so I know it's not going to happen probably in my lifetime, but I wrote a letter this morning that they would do it for my birthday.
Okay, so writing letters could be something you want to do, but getting other people to do things is a very difficult goal to set, right? So if it'd be like, I'm going to write a letter every month to a different person about this issue for 6 months.
Oh, okay, that's easy then. I have
something like that.
I have a book proposal that I'm supposed to write for my agent
That's a
on
good
any
one.
kind of nonfiction book. So I want to write a nonfiction book on how to get over obsessing on making other people do what you want them to do.
How about writing a letter to her?
Okay, we're kind of running out of time, but maybe you guys can be action partners. And this is the kind of stuff you talk to your action partners about, right? You have a goal, and they give you the check on whether or not. So now let's go back to Justine, and Justine's going to give us the first 3 goals. You just read them
Can I just ask a question?
quickly.
Is this really how you do the goal thing when you call up? And are you supposed to go through all this, or are you just supposed to read them off?
Well, you just
Either way.
Ideally, I would have known this background about Audrey because we'd probably talked a month ago. So I know that she was, having estate issues, and that I would know this. But
So it's
but
the
yes.
same group that you do your action partner?
Yeah, but we only spent 5 minutes on that, Audrey, right? 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, And then the other part I'm going to tell you guys about real quickly is that I have an action partner. So in this case, maybe is it Aubrey or Audrey? Audrey. So Audrey and I might be action partners where every morning, accountability partners, we're talking, and she's telling me her actions and I'm telling her mine, 5 minutes each, right? And we're going to talk about this in action partners. And I would just say, hey, how are those letters going? How's that? Did you meditate today? And she would tell me, oh, I meditated this morning already, and this is, how we get going. Okay, let's go to Justine.
Okay, so I just did my work goals, but I have to say, the meditation and prayer goals, I don't really know how to do them with dates and stuff.
Just read this.
Okay, fine. Sorry. Okay, get my photos up on the casting websites by June 30th. The reward is get Netflix. The consequence is buy my friend Carrie, who's here with me, lunch.
That is Carrie, you're in. That is a perfect goal.
Oh, thank you. You don't want lunch? Okay. Buy someone who wants lunch. Okay. My second one is get my acting demo finished by August 15th. And the reward is buy 2 door handles because I own my home and I don't have door handles. Okay. So, and then the consequence is buy Carrie a Thai massage. And then my third goal is finish my voiceover demo by August 30th, and the reward is get baseboard in my bathroom, so I don't have to look at the shaggy underwalls. And then the consequence is buy Carrie a Thai massage. I'm not very creative with my consequence.
We may have to talk about what the relationship is with Carrie here, but we don't want her to benefit.
Thai massage.
We don't want her to benefit too much from this bad thing. But anyway, that's very good. All right, both of these guys did great. Both of these women did fantastic. Thank you, Justine, Aubrey. Okay, let's go to Neil.
Yeah.
And we've only got 2 minutes, so just read them.
Let's see if we can keep that alive. Okay. I got to get a job, any job, by the 26th of this month. Okay. The reward for that would be making new rent wherever I'm going to live. And if the consequence would be, I'm not going to say that. I'll say take my sponsor, Glenn, out to a very expensive restaurant. Okay?
Let's just, okay, because I saw what the consequences, but so what do people think about this goal? Any thoughts on this one?
I don't like these goals when other people that are close to us, I don't think it's good that benefit from us failing.
Oh.
I think that's a negative. That's negative reinforcement.
Well, maybe I don't like him.
That's an interesting point. I also heard that's very good.
Then you're getting negative support.
I think that's good. Yeah. That's a good point. And the comment is made, that it's a little bit.
The job.
a job.
Okay, I'll say get a driving job as a limo driver, which I've done before. Okay?
And paying your rent isn't a present.
Well, he said, and the reward was a little bit vague too. But okay, let's go to your next one because I'm looking ahead and it looks like a little bit better.
Let's go to the. I have to get my blog and website up and running by July 1st. The reward in that would be, well, maybe this is vague, a potential book deal? Or the reward the publicist would handle me. Maybe I should say that.
And say the consequence.
My first consequence is stupid. I said, film myself dancing naked. I mean, it's just like crazy.
Okay, let's go back to the audience. Okay, I see someone approaching the microphone.
Hi.
Young lady, yes?
I have a comment that I shared with my neighbor, and she asked me to share it with the group, which is, I think, relevant. I'm just thinking that we're complicating this because it's challenging. It's challenging for me, but it's like when you watch a child. If you do your homework, you can go outside and play with your friend. If you don't do your homework, you can't watch television. It's like, it's actually that simple. It's just really hard to do it for yourself.
And that's
So,
why,
you know.
and that's exactly why you have these accountability partners.
Yeah.
So it's a weekly goal call. Very good. Well said. Thank you. So it's, accountability partners that you're having a goal call with every week and then daily. So this one, Neil, I think
vague.
A little bit vague in the, get a book deal because, you're not going to be able to just decide that you get a book deal, right?
No, how about signed by a publicist?
But you can't control
No,
that.
you can't control it. That'd actually be a goal, to get signed by a publicist. And if you get that, then you're going to buy
So
Glenn
the
a
reward would be something
dinner.
like a trip to Napa or something.
Could be a trip to Napa. Ideally, I would like you to, buy something from Napa that's going to be real. Because, again, consumables don't necessarily make good rewards because they kind of come and go and you forget about them. But okay. So your last one?
I want to have a fitness DVD by September 16th, which will be my birthday. And my reward, again, I said a trip out of the country.
Okay.
And if I don't do it, the consequence would be 90 AA meetings in 90 days.
Now, see, that's a perfect consequence, right? I'm kind of surprised nobody came up with that, because this is a well-known 12-step consequence, right? You don't get something done, 30 meetings in 30 days, something like that. But, it's not necessarily punishment. She's right. That's the old saying, in 12-step. It's like the newcomer walks in and says, "How long do I have to go to these meetings?" And the sponsor says, "Until you want to."
Yeah.
Ooh.
How about
a million of them. Keep coming back. Okay, so our time is up. We have, unless it's a real.
I was just going to say another consequence for the other one would maybe be help someone else get a job.
Help someone else get a job that you don't like, even. That might be good. Any other questions? Does this all make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone's got goals? Everyone has goals? Anyone have trouble getting goals? Okay, so, see me for the rest of the time, and I'd like to see what you guys came up with, and hopefully this will be helpful in the action group. So let's give our panelists a big round of applause. Yay! Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
What's your name, Mike? I'm Justine. Thank you.
I got Jerry's dollar here still.
How y'all doing? Let's give Mike a round of applause. Let's give the phone people who've been at home listening to us applause. And you guys an applause. Can you hear me now? This is not a sprint phone. I'd like to start with a serenity prayer, okay? Let's just take a moment of silence and let all the stuff we've taken in so we can absorb it. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
I think we got a great talk going on here. Thanks for watching the channel. Taper Dave here. Just curious, do you think this is better than Zoom? Okay, this is how I prepare my drone for launching. I like to do it inside the cab of my truck so I'm not standing outside in the weather. To install the joysticks for control, up and down, right and left, powered on. I have an Android phone that I use to connect it to the drone with. And it's actually controlled through the iPhone, through an app. Oops, wrong way. It's actually controlled through the iPhone, or through this Android phone, through the app. It's actually controlled through the Android phone, through an app, and you connect it through this short connection right here.
Remote control connected.
Remote control's connected. So I pull out the drone. I have to extend the legs. Long legs extended first, then the short legs. Remove the gimbal protector. Set that aside, then power it on one short burst, then one long burst. I lay it down. So I have to go to calibrate. So the drone's not connected yet. It shows you here as this drone gets disconnected, even though the remote's powered on. So the drone has to establish it's connected. So I go into the app to calibration mode. First I'll calibrate the remote controller. Start calibration. Out, in, oop, out, in, up, down, and then this little wheel is to control the gimbal. So it's calibrated. Go to gimbal calibration, start calibration, and then it calibrates the gimbal. I don't know if that shows up. The gimbal's moving all over the place. Changes, you can see it on the video. And I'm calibrated to take off. It's acquired 7 satellites at the moment. There are 26 satellites up in the sky, which it has to acquire before you can take off. So it's connected. It's got enough satellites. This is white. I can go to press this little arrow button, swipe right to take off, and it would start the motors if I slid this to the right, but I'll wait till I get outside. Don't want to do it inside.